Welcome back to Just a Bit Offside. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
It's our Week 18 recap show. People are fighting to get into the playoffs. All kinds of craziness. K-Dog's Packers. We'll get into all that on Sunday Night Football. A lot to unwrap here as Week 18 was basically the deciding factor. Some people have already clinched and some were on the brink. Some needed help.
Yeah.
Like the Seattle Seahawks. So let's break it all down now. Going into Week 18, we have a season-long predictions going, of which I am up 2.
Right.
So we'll see how we each predicted these games as well, and see what our total is going into Super Wildcard Weekend. Let's dive right in. So
4:30.
Saturday,
4:30 game. Kansas City at Raiders.
I don't think there was a lot of people that thought the Chiefs might lose this, especially with not having Derek Carr on the Raiders.
The Raiders played pretty good the week before.
I think that was the one caveat.
They went into overtime with the 49ers, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but with Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
But they lost.
They lost, and it wasn't close.
No,
and,
really.
and I don't think a lot of people didn't think that there was this little sliver of a chance for, you're right, what the Raiders did to the 49ers in Week 17, where they thought, could they?
Yeah.
And it was on the road, right? Chiefs are on the road.
Chiefs are on the road. Raiders are out of the playoffs. Kansas City kind of had to win that game.
I think to sew up first place.
So they needed that. But Mahomes had a good game. 202 yards, 1 TD, rushed for another 29 yards. Decent.
McKinnon, to me, is it seems like he's scoring the first TD for the Chiefs just to get things going the last couple of weeks. So he's coming on.
And he was the only receiving TD of the game.
Yeah.
Other TDs were all rushing by Pacheco.
Is it to me, or is Travis Kelce gone dark?
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet now. I mean, he only had 38 yards, but I mean, honestly,
when it comes to the playoffs,
he'll start lighting it up.
I just feel like ever since Travis Kelce scored those 3 TDs in that one game, I don't think he's scored a TD since.
No, I don't think he has.
Not at all. He's gone completely quiet.
Yeah.
So if the Chiefs, they locked up the 1 seed, by the way, with this win.
Yeah.
However, there's a bunch of other scenarios because of the Bills-Bengals game that got canceled. That if they do face the Bills in an AFC championship, it'll be on a neutral site. They're not going to redo that Bills-Bengals game. Yeah. And also, I'm sure everyone knows this by now, but great news that Damar Hamlin is out of the hospital. Yeah. He actually got, transferred from Cincinnati back to Buffalo, off the respirator.
That's crazy. It's awesome.
Speaking to his team, it's so good, and all the love and support that he got during all that.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing news.
Yeah.
All right. So Chiefs won. That's Raiders were out anyway.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs sewed up the number 1 seed with this win.
Yeah.
Okay.
The night game was a little bit more important.
That was very important.
Tennessee was in Jacksonville.
And it was win and you're in.
Win and in. And it came down to
right to the end.
It came down to a turnover.
Yeah.
It
was such a game because neither team's record is good enough to make a wild card. So the only way in was to win that division, the AFC South.
Right.
And the only 2 teams, I love that works out in the Week 18. So the loser goes home.
Yeah.
You have to win, and you're in the playoffs by default because you're a division winner.
And it was looking good for Tennessee.
And it was looking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can find this clip where he loves his 2. He's got 2 things that he loves.
Yeah.
One is Southern barbecue.
Who doesn't?
And 2 is stiff arms.
Oh yeah. When he stiff arms you, you're singing show tunes. And you're lying on the ground and you're going, what the hell just
happened?
Yeah. You're out for a bit.
He's 250 pounds, but he's fast and strong.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest running backs. I think maybe A.J. Dillon is probably about his size. But Derrick Henry is
I don't think so. I think AJ.
Absolute
I think
beast.
I think Henry's bigger.
I think Henry's bigger.
You know what he calls his left arm?
What's that?
Big Timber.
Big Timber.
Here it comes.
And we got to show that clip because he stiff-armed that one guy. We're talking like a 200-pound-plus linebacker.
Yeah.
And just threw him out of the way like he was trash.
Derrick Henry is a beast.
Grabbed him by the face and said, nope.
Yeah.
And that kid went flying. And it was a grown man he did this to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. So
how do you feel about yourself after that?
you just get off of the ground. Did a man just, I'm a big athlete, a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Did a man just push me by my face onto the ground with his weak arm? He's holding the ball with his good arm.
Yeah. Yeah. He just dodgeballed you right off the field.
He is, Derrick Henry is Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando, where he's holding Sully over the edge.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is my weak arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And he just stiff arms you like you're nothing. Yeah. Like you're a peewee football player. Yeah. Anyway.
He was the only player that actually came out to play. He had
they didn't have
He had
Tannehill.
109 yards. Yeah, Joshua Dobbs played.
The only deciding possible good thing for the Titans was Derrick Henry did not play the week before, but played this game.
Yeah.
And it did come down to the wire on a defensive
play. Was that considered a fumble or was it? What was it? I don't even know what it was.
I think it was considered a fumble.
It was considered a fumble. Yeah. Honestly, the Jags though. Their rush game was a big problem because they only had 19 yards rushing. Yeah. They're playing now in the wild card round. They're playing the Chargers. Yeah. And the Chargers are pretty stacked. So your run game has to be better than that. There's no way around it. So
yeah, I don't know. Jags pulled it out.
Jags pulled it out. That's all that matters.
Win and you're in. We also we didn't mention
2016.
We didn't mention our picks on the Chiefs game or this game.
You and I both took the Chiefs and the Jags. So, yeah, we're even Stevens on those.
All
ones.
right, that's
one
good.
for one.
Okay.
All right.
And the Jags are now in the playoffs and will take on the Chargers in Super Wildcard Weekend.
Right.
All right. Now Sunday there was a ton of football. There was no game on Monday. Mm-hmm. All these Week 18 games came down on the Sunday. There was a lot of them, and some people needed help getting into the playoffs. There's a lot on the line. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to start it off for Sunday?
Let's say Tampa was in Atlanta.
Okay, now Divisional. Tampa already locked their division with beating the Panthers in Week 17.
Right.
So this game didn't mean much to the BUCCS.
No.
And I think that shows because I think Atlanta won.
Atlanta won 30-17.
Did Tom Brady? I don't think Tom Brady played the whole game, by the way.
No, actually, that was the best part of the game.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it, and if you caught the second half, probably about 8 minutes into the second half. So Brady went for 84 yards and a TD. Blaine Gabbert went for 29 yards, and Kyle Trask went for 23 yards.
Blaine Gabbert is the backup for the BUCCS.
So they had all the QBs playing, but the fun part, they were having a ball on the sideline. They actually had a hat.
Okay.
And they had names in the hat. And the quarterbacks would just pick names, and then that's who would go into the game. And I like seeing them having fun like that. It's nice.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Fun
Brady was relaxing. In the fourth, he made a mimosa. He was going to Pinkberry after the game. It was nice, Now, Atlanta won. Yeah. Nobody cares.
It doesn't matter. It was a meaningless game.
Doesn't matter. It's Atlanta.
Because Tampa won their division. Yeah. With the win over the Panthers. So Atlanta won. They're going to be looking at quarterbacks next year. Yeah. Because Mariota's gone. Yeah. They're probably do you know if that coach get fired? I don't know. I think he's still employed.
I think he's still got a job.
The Houston coach got fired.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that was
but anyway, it's called Black Monday.
Yeah.
Have you heard that reference?
Oh yeah, that's always after the final game of the final Sunday of Week 18. Now,
every coach has got their pucker tightened. Yeah. They're like, on Black Monday, am I going to get fired? Yeah. So anyway, that's always interesting. But Atlanta has to rebuild for next season. But it was a good win over a division team not taking it very seriously, though. Yeah. Who picked who in that game?
You took the BUCCS.
No, I took Atlanta.
I know. Damn it. I took the BUCCS. I was like, come on, you guys will win. It's Atlanta. All right.
So I get a point.
Damn it.
All right.
I'm down one. All right. This was obviously the game everybody was watching. Patriots were in Buffalo to play the Bills. Yeah. Game was, the beginning was so emotional. It was amazing. They,
Damar Hamlin.
Totally did a whole thing for the strength and conditioning team and the medical team, which was amazing. And then Naheem Hines opens it up.
What a guy!
Come on.
Now there's a stat. All right, before this game, there was only 4 times all season, that somebody returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah,
He did it twice in this game.
But the fact that he did it on the opening play
kickoff,
was insane. And then
it was kind of downhill from there for the Patriots.
Well, they
played okay, but Buffalo just really had the game the whole time.
They still got. I feel like they scored too much. I feel like Buffalo's defense sometimes gives up some points.
No Von Miller.
No Von Miller. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, but Bills pulled it out, 35-23. I mean, Nyheim Hines ran back two
kickoff returns.
He had 235 yards, 2 TDs, and his longest was 101 yards. What the hell, man? That's
so cool.
That is unreal.
And you gotta feel like because of the Damar Hamlin incident,
that
Buffalo's playing with extra juice. Like they are playing with gusto, enthusiasm. We're doing it for Damar. I will also say this: I was watching multiple games on Sunday, and every coach from every team in every division was wearing a "Love for Damar" hoodie or T-shirt.
Cool. That was awesome. Yeah.
Every coach on every team. I thought that was an amazing tribute. I saw other players with their the stuff they put under their eyes and putting the number 3 in there.
Yeah.
There's so many tributes and stuff going out for Damar, who, as we said again, was taken off the ventilator. Is doing much better. He spoke with the team before this game. They're going to be playing with a lot of extra fire, and now he's been transferred from the Cincinnati hospital to a Buffalo hospital and is well enough to transport and recovering extremely well from that incident in that Bengals game.
Yeah, Buffalo's going to be an issue.
They're going to have so much. I think there's so many fans who are not even Buffalo fans.
Yeah.
Let's say your team is out of it. Are you not rooting for Buffalo to
I think everyone's
do it for there's everyone's behind Buffalo.
Yeah. The only problem, not to be,
a negative
Debbie Downer. Their run game is just not strong.
Yeah, like honestly,
James Cook and Singletary, they're just not. There's like 49.
But they tried to get Christian McCaffrey at the trade deadline.
Oh, they would have got Christian McCaffrey.
That didn't work.
God, can you even imagine that?
Oh, I know, it'd be disgusting. But that's what the 49ers are doing, right?
Yeah.
So I do agree that if Buffalo really wants to make a push, they have an amazing quarterback. They have great receivers. Dawson Knox, a tight end. But your defense with Von Miller out is soft.
Yeah.
And also you're very weak at the run game. Like very typically Josh Allen is your leading rusher, and that's not going to win you a Super Bowl.
We should do after the season, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll start gearing up for free agency and stuff. And see who are the top running backs
That's going to be nice.
Out there. But anyways, long story short, 35-23 Bills.
Who picked who?
I took the Patriots because I'm an idiot, so that's another one I lost.
I get a point.
Anyways, and Dawson Knox had a TD.
He sure did.
That's my favorite player other than Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, other than the Nyheim Hines kickoff return, he had the opening offensive TD.
Yeah, and Stephon Diggs had a sweet TD.
Yeah, he did.
Stephon Diggs.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Amazing.
Anyway, if the Bills want to make a run in the playoffs, they're the 2 seed now.
Yeah.
If they want to make a run in the playoffs, you got to get through the Bengals if they beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
We'll get all into this in our prediction show coming up later this week before Super Wildcard Weekend. But the Bills, if they really want to make this push and using, all this energy they have behind them with the Damar Hamlin incident and all the support and love they're getting, you got to get past the Bengals and you got to get past the Chiefs. And it's tough when you're giving up that many points to the Patriots and your run game, your best running back is your quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's true. All right. Next up. Vikings went to the Bears, Chicago. We're not talking much about this game.
We don't have to talk about it. The Vikings won. They sewn up the 3 seed in the NFC with this win, and the Bears was meaningless. They're the worst team in football, even worse than the Colts and the Texans. We'll get into that debacle later, but the Bears with this loss to the Vikings in Week 18 have earned themselves the number 1 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft.
There wasn't much in this game. Kirk Cousins had 225 yards and a TD.
It was pretty easily won. Like, what was the final score?
29-13.
So, yeah.
Madison rushed 2 TDs for Minnesota, which is cool. The Bears started Nathan Peterman at quarterback, which is cool. Most of you probably remember him from Seinfeld.
Peterman.
And he's getting a second career going here. He just thought he
he
always wanted to play.
Young enough.
Yeah, there's a good documentary on ESPN 30 for 30. He was a walk-on.
Peterman.
He was a walk-on for the Bears.
Yeah.
You know, almost like the Invincible story with Mark Wahlberg played that.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Similar. It was like that.
Similar like that.
But it was Peterman from Seinfeld.
And he's pretty nimble.
He's spry.
He's not bad. He's 51.
Yeah, I think he's older.
But he moves pretty good. He moves pretty good. So
he's pretty spry.
Yeah, he had 114 yards in a TD. You know what? Hey, who says you can't start a career in your 50s? Come on. Good for you, Peterman.
All right, next up.
We both took the Vikings, by the way.
That was an easy call.
Yeah.
If any of us took the Bears, I'd even rethink having a show.
The Bears will be good eventually. I like Justin Fields.
I like Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So now the interesting thing is, and we'll talk about this in the offseason more, but the interesting thing is they don't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So now that they have the number 1 overall pick, do they trade down and get more picks with a team that needs a quarterback to grab that number 1 spot? That'll be interesting what the Bears do. Or do they try and get a different offensive weapon or go better on defense? Because the Georgia just won the NCAA championship. And apparently they have a defensive end who's probably going to go in the top 4.
I heard he was going like number 2.
He might go number 1. So
it depends if you don't need a quarterback.
If you don't need a quarterback,
which
right?
Theoretically Chicago doesn't.
Anyway. Yeah. That'll be interesting. That'll be a topic for the offseason. But the Bears, with the number 1 pick in this loss, we both took the Vikings. Next game.
Texans and Colts.
This one was very interesting.
I didn't make a lot of notes on it.
Well, it's a meaningless game.
Nobody
between
cares.
2 burger teams. Yeah. But the interesting thing was how the Colts were up.
Yeah.
And it came down to a Hail Mary and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
In order for Lovie Smith to fuck over the Houston Texans front office. I will let you explain.
Because he knew he was getting fired. He knew it was coming. And literally the game went down to the wire. Hail Mary, 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
32-31 Houston.
Yeah.
The front office was pissed.
Yeah.
After them, they're like, why did you go for the 2-point conversion when you knew you get the first round pick? He's like, we play to win. That's it. We play to win. No, you knew you were going to fire you, which, by the way, he should not have been fired.
I don't think it's his fault.
It is the most... Houston is a dumpster fire of a franchise.
Team,
It is bullshit that he got fired. It was not his fault. He did nothing wrong.
And you know that if they had gotten the first overall pick, they'd be going quarterback.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. They have to.
And he did it knowing he was going to get fired the next day on Black Monday.
Which is amazing.
He purposely won the game, which you'll never get blamed for.
No, it's like
trying to win, right?
To win.
But you know that deep down in his cerebellum, he was full of piss and vinegar, knowing he's going to get fired the next day, and won to over the organization out of the number 1 overall pick.
Now, they were in Indy.
Yeah.
So can you imagine the whole front office management team watching the game? Now, this is the Texans. So the one thing we do know is that none of the front office management team watches football. We know that they're not interested.
Know what they're doing.
It's not something there's a little bit of interest, but it's like, I go to work, I got 40 hours, I got to get out of there. You know? So they probably weren't watching the game, especially if it's on a Sunday. You know, none of the front office are watching anything there.
No.
But, you know, he's like, we play for the win. We play for the win. Yeah.
Sorry. We played to win.
I don't know what to tell you.
Now.
Clean up my desk.
Okay.
We play for the win. Welcome to the number 2 seed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Houston now has the 2nd overall pick because of that move by Lovie Smith. He did get fired the next day, but also in this game, Jeff Saturday, since coming over with no coaching experience and no background other than being a player.
Yeah.
At any level, he's never coached.
Yeah.
I believe only had 1 win as head coach.
Hey, that's still a win.
But
a win's a win.
Is Jeff Saturday going to be fired?
Well, they have already said he was an interim coach. So
I didn't know.
He's not like a coach. Like he's an interim coach.
Okay, all right.
So I don't think he's not going to be like fired.
No, he's not going to be the head coach going.
No, they said he's going to interview for the job, but he was like the interim coach.
All right,
stop crapping on him.
I'm sorry, I don't think he's a good coach.
Well, regardless, right now, number one in the running is Stephen A. Smith for the coaching job, and I think he'll do great.
Another commentator.
I think he'll nail it. He's going to leave First Take.
I will say one interesting fact is that Harbaugh, from Michigan.
Oh yeah.
The brother and
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And he is looking to come back in the NFL. He was a 49ers coach forever.
Yeah, he's hemming and hawing. He's saying, oh, yeah, I'm probably going to be back next year at Michigan. I'm like, no, you're not.
He did already have a over Skype or phone interview with the Broncos.
Yeah, he's doing the Broncos.
I
he's doing...
don't think he'll end up coaching there, but just saying.
I think it was Broncos and Colts. I don't even know. I don't know exactly.
A couple of them.
There's a lot of people that are looking for a coach. So
anyway, we'll get into that later in the offseason as well.
All right.
I picked the Houston Texans.
Yeah, of course. Because whatever.
Check.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're following at home, I'm losing bad. Anyways. All right.
Actually, I only had a 2-point lead going into week 18.
Yeah.
You were on a bit of a heater.
All right.
All right. Next up.
This game was so boring that they literally almost put reruns of Blossom on in the second half.
Are you talking Jets Dolphins?
The Jets Dolphins. They seriously considered cutting to the season finale of Blossom because it got great ratings.
Yeah.
But like
Blossom is a good show.
Like the Jets. Whoa. Jets 6, Miami 11. Like nobody wanted to score any
now,
points.
the only reason, can we say why it was 11 points?
Sure.
It was all field goals.
All field goals.
Right? Tua's out with a concussion. Mike White didn't even play.
No.
So it was literally just against but the Dolphins could make the playoffs with a win and some help.
Yeah.
So it was actually a must-win for the Dolphins, but Mostert broke his thumb or a finger during this game. Mm-hmm. Was Waddle out?
Waddle was in there.
Waddle was in.
He got 44 yards, but I don't know.
Tua's out. Tua still in concussion protocol. So Skylar Thompson?
Skylar Thompson.
So you had a garbage game, no TDs.
Yeah.
Dolphins go up with a field goal. And then there was this wacky play at the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. The Jets, I don't know what they were doing. And maybe we could show a quick clip of this. But they ended up screwing up big time with these laterals. And then the Dolphins got a safety.
Yeah.
And that's why it was 11.
Yeah, that's what.
It was 9-6.
That's what cleaned it.
And it actually pissed off a lot of bettors. I saw this on
really? Yeah.
on Sportsnet or whatever. When you and I originally did our prediction show, it was even.
Yeah.
But at some point they made it Dolphins 3.5.
Oh, okay.
So the Jets had actually covered the spread.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then the safety did. And people who bet the Jets to cover the 3.5 lost because it was a 3-point lead until the safety. So that was really funny.
I don't know. Now the Jets have an awesome D. So their D obviously stood up, but
you're playing against Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, but Miami had 162 yards rushing and 152 yards receiving, and you couldn't get a touchdown.
Wow.
Like, that's still a lot up against the Jets with an amazing defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, Miami, you're
lucky you're in the playoffs,
You're first round against the Bills.
Lucky.
So, literally, you're heading to Buffalo. I mean, they're not even going to turn the plane off. They're just going to leave it running on the tarmac and just keep it nice and warm. Because you guys are going to get off, you're going to play 4 quick quarters, and you're going to get right back on that goddamn plane.
So Dolphins, no Tua, now probably no Mostert. You're done. I love you, Palmerino, fan of the show.
Yeah.
Michael Palmerino, huge Dolphins fan. Fins up. Every show we do here on Just a Bit Outside, he's all fins up, right?
All right.
Even he has to think.
Well,
for a hot second, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell against the Bills at home without Tua.
As of Monday at like 3 p.m., I didn't check today, but Tua still hasn't been cleared to play.
He's not.
So he's not going to play. There's no way they're not going to clear him to play.
They might not even. He may not even
play at all.
Yeah. They may, after 3 concussions. I don't know if he's going to play anymore.
Well, who knows? But and then if Mostert, they're like, well, we're seeing it's day by day. He's not gonna. If he broke whatever he broke,
he broke a finger or
he was having surgery yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna be ready to play. I think they play on Saturday. I think. I don't know the actual schedule, but it's like no. Skylar Thompson's going to be starting in Buffalo.
Yeah,
it's going to be a rough day for Skylar Thompson.
Yeah,
and
he's going to get rocked.
Bless his frosted tips, and he's gonna need an ice bath afterwards.
Yeah.
And Buffalo is going to roll and just wait for Cincinnati to come.
Did we both take Buffalo in this game, or did one of us pick the Dolphins?
Where is it? No, this isn't Dolphins. This is the Jets.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dolphins, Jets.
I took the Jets. You took the Dolphins.
Oh, come on. I guess, you know what? I actually don't blame you because Skylar Thompson was playing.
Well, yeah, I thought for sure the Jets could pull that out.
I get a point for that one.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you think Miami would have played with a little bit of urgency because they could make the playoffs, but they didn't, and they still won.
Did Flacco start?
Yeah, Flacco.
Yeah, I thought I heard that.
Yeah, he had 149 yards, no TDs, an interception, and a sack.
And they lost. There you go.
All
right, so that's Jets-Dolphins. I got another point for that one.
Yeah.
What's up next?
Oh, a game that nobody cares about.
So it has to be Panthers-Saints.
Correct.
Yeah, both teams did not make the playoffs. As we said earlier in the show, Panthers had a must-win for the division title against the BUCCS last week. So both these teams, it really didn't matter at all. Sam Darnold maybe playing for a starting job next year.
Well, he had 43 total yards in this game. So
that's it.
Like
43.
I don't know how that starting position's really mapping out now for him.
That's pretty bad.
43 yards, 2 interceptions. That's a solid performance.
That sounds like something.
Solid performance there, Coach.
Sam Darnold will do. Do you ever see the size of his forehead?
No.
It's like a drive-in movie theater.
Well,
they're showing. They're showing. Something on there.
This game was like irrelevant city.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
The
Saints were
the funny thing is
3.5 point favorites.
Sam Darnold had 43 yards receiving. Obviously passing. Yeah. They still had 171 yards rushing, and they couldn't score a touchdown. With 171 yards rushing, here's the other funny thing: they still won the goddamn game.
Oh, the Panthers won.
Panthers won 10-7.
That's horrible.
How is that even possible?
Oh, and the only touchdown was a fumble in the end zone.
It was a fumble in the end zone, which I couldn't even find. I was like, I don't even know who scored in this game. I called Fish. I'm like, nobody scored in this game, and somehow they got 10 points. I don't even know they only have one field goal. And he had to
get you the math on that.
Got to do some serious research to find out how the hell they got 7 points.
So the Panthers recovered a fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. Yeah. That was
because I wasn't watching the game. Nobody was watching.
Nobody watches this game.
Seriously, it wasn't even on the red zone on the zone.
No,
they blocked it. They blocked it out. They're like, no, you're fine.
No, you don't need to see this.
Yeah, I actually clicked on to see what the score was, and they said you're fine, and it took me back to the main menu.
You're good.
You
picked the Panthers.
Make another cocktail and get some mixed nuts.
You picked the Panthers. So
I get a point. I get a win there.
You get a win there.
I get a win there.
And both this doesn't matter at all, so we're gonna just that's enough there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The game doesn't matter. So all right, there we go. Boom.
Next
up, Browns Steelers.
Now this meant a lot to the Steelers.
Right.
They had to win.
Yeah.
But they needed the Jets to beat the Dolphins and the Bills to beat the Patriots.
Right.
And the Steelers got it. Also, in his entire career coaching the Steelers, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. Ever. And this was the season to have a losing record. No Big Ben. They were just start off the season very not good.
Yeah.
I know they did upset the Bengals like early in the season, but their overall record horrible.
Yeah.
Just were they going to do this? And they went on a bit of a run at the end of the season, 8-8.
Yeah.
Right, going into this game.
Yeah.
And they did it. They won.
Yeah.
Now,
I like Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, you did it. Yeah. Mike Tomlin, they're 9-8. So Mike Tomlin gets a winning record.
Yeah.
By the skin of his gets a winning record, and his streak continues. So that's number one. That hats off Steelers for doing that.
28-14.
And you did your job.
Yeah.
You won. So now the Dolphins did. inexplicably win that game against the Jets.
Yeah.
But the Patriots did lose to Buffalo. The Steelers had a real shot at making that wild card spot in the 7th seed.
Yep.
If it wasn't for the Dolphins fluking that stupid win over the Jets.
I think Pittsburgh's going to be great. They just they got to get the quarterback situation.
Is Pickett the right guy?
No, Pickett's not the right guy.
I don't think he's
Najee Harris, George Pickens, awesome players. Their defense is great. Deshaun Watson got sacked 7 times.
Yeah, he's not doing
so, that's all there is to it. Nick Chubb had a great game.
Nick Chubb's a beast.
Yeah, Chubb's great. Yeah. But and Cleveland will be good too. Cleveland's got so many weapons as well. But I think Pittsburgh, as long as I don't think we know that what's his face isn't the guy, and Kenny Pickett. Pickett. But who's the other?
Trubisky.
Trubisky. I forgot his name because nobody knows where he is. I haven't even seen him in Pittsburgh for a while. His picture's on a milk carton.
Awful.
So we know it's not Kenny Pickett. We know it's not Trubisky. So they got to get a quarterback. But other than that, I think they're going to be all right.
Maybe Derek Carr.
Oh,
might be a good fit.
Nobody's even talking about that.
Yeah,
that might be interesting. Interesting.
But honestly, you got to give your hat off to the Steelers for having a chance at getting in the playoffs with this win, and they would have if it wasn't for the Dolphins, and also for giving Mike Tomlin a winning season at 9-8. So good job by the Steelers. Who picked who?
I took the Steelers.
Hey, point for K-Dog.
Nice.
All right, next up.
I'm trying to follow our sheet here, but I'm kind of all over the map here.
That's all right.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, Cowboys went to Washington. And wait, I'm going to keep this on. You can talk about this. I don't want to really get
as an Eagles fan, I hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I hate them with the intensity of 10,000 hot suns. I think Dak Prescott's a phony. I think he throws tons of interceptions. I think he's I don't believe in the Cowboys. I know that their record says that they're better than they are, but I don't believe it. Now, they proved that by going into this game with the Commanders, who have nothing. They have nothing on the line. They lost last week. They're out mathematically. And they should have won this game easily. And the Commanders weren't even playing Heineke. Now, if they gave Carson Wentz a try, that didn't go over well again. Who did they start at quarterback? I don't even know who this kid is.
Sam Howell.
Very well-known fact, he is the great-grandson of Thurston Howell from the Gilligan's Island.
That's true.
Very true.
That's true.
He was the millionaire on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
This is his great-grandson.
That's why he went to Yale, and he
he had a great education.
He had a walk-on.
Yeah, and he was starting for the Commanders, and they just trounced the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't even...
He had a pretty good game.
Let's go over some stats.
He had 169 yards. He had a TD. He got sacked 3 times. But he rushed for 35 yards, and he rushed in a TD. Dallas has a really good defense.
Yeah.
And you let Sam Howell, the grandson of the old man who steered the boat into the rock in Gilligan's Island.
No, that was come on.
Anyways.
You're mixing up your Gilligan's
Who
Island
cares?
guys.
I'm just
skipper.
Hey.
Thurston Howell was the old millionaire.
Listen, the skipper took the fall for Thurston Howell.
He let Howell take the wheel.
Thurston Howell had a couple too many of the old martinis there, and he took over that. And then,
I didn't know that.
And then the skipper took the fall.
I didn't know that.
That's the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Seriously.
Skipper took the heat.
Yeah, it was like a Ray Donovan. It's a Ray Donovan episode.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
He did have a good
rushed.
game.
He got a TD. How are you letting Sam Howell get a rush in for a TD? Come on.
And Ezekiel Elliott did not get a TD. In fact, did they get a TD? Because I think it was
they got 1 TD, and they missed the extra point.
Oh, it's because it was 6 points.
It's 6 points. Oh, by the way, the final score was 26-6.
26 to 6, and you're trying to make a playoff run.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys are absolute phonies. You're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Hear me now and believe me later. To the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh.
You're on the road. The Cowboys do what the Cowboys do best.
Yeah.
Get into the playoffs somehow and then lose in the first round.
I am 100% picking Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa is.
And if that happens, Mike McCarthy, you better bring your American Express card so you can book yourself a business class flight on Southwest to get your ass back to Dallas. Because Jerry Jones will not let you on that goddamn plane.
You're fired.
You're fired. That's
and guess
it.
who the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys
Sean
is
Payton's
be?
already goddamn landing in Dallas.
Sean Payton.
He's already in Dallas, in your office, packing up your shit.
He's going to, when you go back to get your box of your things from your office, Sean Payton's going to be in there taking measurements.
That's it. You know?
To redecorate.
That's it. I'm taking this down. I want to put a window in here, you know? And I want like corduroy wallpaper on this wall. Let's do this. Hey, don't worry about it.
McCarthy, I boxed up your crap.
All your shit's in that box over there, you know? Don't let the door hit you on your ass on the way out. See ya. Have fun.
So the phony Cowboys lose to the Commanders, who were not fighting for a playoff spot. Just a disgusting, brutal loss. 6 points total by the Cowboys.
We also should really dig into some research here to see if Dak Prescott is on his way to having a beautiful, beautiful NFL record for throwing the most pick sixes. Yeah. He loves.
What is the record?
He loves throwing pick sixes. He even said in the post game, he's like, every game I throw a pick six because it gets me excited and jazzed for the next play. And I was like, really? Because you only scored 6 points.
Yeah.
He just throws pick sixes. It's just his thing.
Loves pick sixes.
Like you literally, and I hope that I am so pulling for everyone's pulling for Tampa. Yeah. Nobody's pulling for Dallas. Everybody's pulling for Tampa.
Well, there's a few diehard Dallas fans, but but
those Dallas fans are got to be sitting there going,
yeah, you got to look at this game and go, I don't like our odds going into the Super Wild Card weekend.
And I picked the Cowboys.
You picked the Cowboys. So I get one with the Commanders.
Whatever.
Because I just hate the Cowboys.
All right, let's go on.
All right. And the Cowboys, by the way, are a 5.5 point favorite on the road. Yeah. Anyway,
God, they
next
suck.
Chargers Broncos.
I would also like to point out again, the final was 26 to 6.
26 to 6.
Let's just move on.
Wasn't even close.
This game, you know what? I got.
Are the Broncos finally?
I think the Broncos are looking pretty good.
Making like last week, Russell Wilson rushed in 2 TDs.
Yeah,
they played really well. I think they still lost that game last week.
I don't even remember.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah. But the Broncos are looking a little bit better since firing Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, Chargers came into town. Nothing to win. They didn't have to. Nothing to win.
They didn't really have to try very hard.
They locked in the number 5 seed in the AFC. Broncos won 35-28. I will tell you something. I think Herbert played way too much in this game.
I would have rested him more for the playoffs.
You want to play him for a little bit in the first half, but this is a meaningless game, and he played almost the entire game. Yeah. Like, that's a mistake, man. Like, come on.
But the Chargers didn't win.
No,
so.
The Chargers didn't win. Keenan Allen had 102 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I think Mike Williams got hurt, though. I think he's out. He might be out for the playoffs, too, so we'll have to update you on that.
But Russell Wilson, 283 yards, 3 TDs, an interception. Latavius Murray had 103 yards and a TD. Jerry Jeudy went off for 154 yards.
Nice.
Denver's got weapons.
They do. They just needed a better coach. I don't know who's filling in for Nathaniel Hackett, but we knew he was going to get fired. We called it all season.
His name's Craig.
They didn't even fire. They didn't even wait till Black Monday. They fired Nathaniel Hackett weeks ago.
Oh, he got super fired.
Deservingly so. The guy couldn't coach his way out of a wet paper bag. Time management skills, all of it. He was horrible. So I actually think whoever's the interim coach right now for the Broncos, they are interviewing Harbaugh. But
they're also
who else are they interviewing?
And Sean Payton.
Oh yeah. So the Broncos are gonna be better next year.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos were purchased for $4.6 billion by one of the Walton kids.
Oh yeah.
So they have the money to hire whoever. They might even get Phil Jackson.
I don't know anything about football. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You got 9 rings. You'll figure it out. You know? So, yeah.
The one thing I like about the Sean Payton thing, for the Broncos, I don't think he'll go there. I think he'll go to the Cowboys if Mike McCarthy gets fired. But the thing that I like is he knows how to work with shorter quarterbacks. Drew Brees was 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, and Russell Wilson is 5'10" if he's lucky.
Yeah. And
Sean Payton knows how to play with those quarterbacks and make them winners.
Yeah.
And that's something that Russell Wilson had in Seattle that he was not getting. And the play calling was all for, he can't see over the offensive line. You got to call plays that suit a shorter quarterback, and that's something that Sean Payton knows well. That might be a better fit for the Broncos. But neither here nor there.
Denver will still have to give compensation to the Saints, though.
Yeah, because
he's still under contract.
Payton's still under contract.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. And they're saying they're going to want a first-round pick for him.
First-round pick for a coach?
That's what they're saying.
It'll be interesting.
All right.
Who picked 2 in this game?
Where am I at here? What are we looking at?
Broncos.
I took the Broncos.
All right, so you get a win on that one.
Nice.
All right, next up.
All right, Rams Seahawks. This game actually had some meaning.
I was excited about this game.
Yeah.
Because the Seahawks were much like with the Steelers. So the Seahawks had to win and they needed help.
Right.
So this is how it all played out for the Seahawks. You had to win this game. Then you had to hope that Detroit beat the Packers.
Yeah.
If the Seahawks won, the Lions were out, but they could ruin the Packers' day.
Right.
If the Packers won, it didn't matter what the Seahawks did.
They were in. Yeah.
So the Seahawks game was super important. It was in Seattle.
Yeah.
And they were favored to win because the Rams kind of suck. They're even talking about that coach.
Oh, yeah. Sean McVay.
And he won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're saying he's looking at...
And they're looking like he might... But I'd say you find... You could rebuild with the Rams based on their defense, Cooper Kupp, and I even like Baker. I'm just saying. But anyway.
They're saying he might just take a year off or something.
He might take a sabbatical. But anyway, so the Rams could ruin the Seahawks' day, and the Seahawks had to take care of business. Now, the offense on this game was not good.
Awful.
Geno Smith did not play very well.
No.
What I saw watching this game, and we can go over some of the stats.
Yeah.
But what I saw was it coming down to a field goal, and the Seahawks, it was tied, and they doinked it.
Yeah.
They doinked it off the goalpost and had to go to OT, where they did win with another field goal.
Yeah.
But the Seahawks were actually down.
Seahawks did not play
and they
well.
had to fight to win this game.
Yeah.
To keep their playoffs hopes alive. Yeah, were some of the stats on the game.
Thank God for Kenneth Walker. I mean, he had 114 yards rushing.
He's
amazing.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Amazing.
In my opinion.
Baker, 147 yards and 5 sacks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, so not the greatest game.
That's a lot.
No TDs. He had an interception. So, Geno, 213 yards. No, 213 yards. He had a TD, but he had 2 interceptions and 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Like, the only TD was to Tyler Lockett, 54 yards. I like Tyler Lockett.
I do.
DK only had 40 yards. Cam Akers had 104 yards for the Rams. But
it's because DK and Ramsey.
Yeah.
Right? Jalen Ramsey for the Rams.
Yeah.
Corner. Like him and DK, every time they play each other, he pisses off DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf is a big dude.
And DK Metcalf is huge.
Yeah.
And those two, like, he blankets DK. Anytime the Rams are playing the Seahawks, always take the under on DK Metcalf reception yards because they just hate each other.
Yeah.
It's just, and they usually typically get into a shoving match at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that being said, Seahawks took care of business. The doink off the goalpost had to have Seahawk fans worried, but they did end up taking it in overtime.
Seattle can't play like this in the first round or the wild card because they're playing San Fran.
No, you're done.
That's.
I'm sorry, but I'm really cool how the Seahawks were able to do this, make the playoffs, but you got San Francisco on the road. You can't play like you did against the Rams. That you're going to get. It'll be ugly. You're going to lose by like 40 points.
No, it's not going to be nice.
Who picked who in that game?
We both took Seahawks.
Okay.
So way closer than we should have.
Yeah.
Let's do the Giants and Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was on the end of our board here. So
that's
I
right.
That so Giants, Eagles. The Giants were in town to face the Eagles.
Yep.
Should be a good game. Jalen Hurts is back.
Yeah, it wasn't sure if Jalen Hurts was going to play because of the shoulder, but after 2 losses with Gardner Minshew going into Week 18, that sort of made this game more important than it should have been with their record.
Yeah.
So with the 13-3, if Dallas had won, which they didn't, then they could have lost the division.
Right.
So they had to win this game and clinch their division plus the number 1 seed with a win, because if they had lost to, San Francisco could have taken the 1 seed.
Right.
So you want the bye week, you want the 1 seed home field throughout the playoffs. So the Eagles had to take care of it. So Jalen did play, and it was a lot closer. I actually looked back and we posted a thing on our Instagram where we had said this game was going to be a lot closer because it was a 14-point favorite for the Eagles. And they ended up, the Giants, we knew that the Giants were going to try and spoil the Eagles 1 seed because they're in the same division.
Right.
And they came out to play, and it was a lot closer, but the Eagles did end up taking it. The Giants had no skin in the game. They locked up their wild card spot
number
anyway.
6. Yeah, they were number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles 22, Giants 16. Giants started Davis Webb at quarterback.
They wanted to give some time, and
he played pretty good.
He played pretty good. Yeah,
he had 168 yards at TD, and he ran in a TD.
Yeah,
so not too bad. Jalen Hurts, 229 yards. He didn't have any TDs, and he got sacked 3 times, which is not great. You don't want to be sacking him with
not with a shoulder injury.
Or shoulders. It was shoulder, not
it's
not
a
wrist. Shoulder. Yeah. So other than that, AJ Brown had his usual game, 95 yards. Devontae Smith had another great game. Yeah. Eagles took care of business.
Finish the season 14-3. Come on, baby.
It's impressive.
Locked in the 1 seed, home field throughout, the bye week in the playoffs for week 1. Excited they're going to take on the lowest seed remaining.
Yep.
My nuts are telling me that will probably be Tampa if they can upset the Cowboys, or the Giants upset the Vikings.
Yeah. Like you and I both talked about it, I could see the Vikings losing.
I could see the Vikings losing. They're super wishy-washy, so you never know.
That'd be the best thing for the Eagles. The Eagles to play the Giants, that'd be great, because you got to play Tampa Tom.
I don't see Seattle.
You never know.
I don't see Seattle beating San Fran, because then the Eagles would get Seattle. That's not going to happen.
No.
So I would see it more of they'll face the Giants again, or they'll face the BUCCS.
Right.
But whatever.
All right.
We'll see how the playoffs play out. But the Eagles did it, and I, of course, took the Eagles.
And I, of course, took the Giants.
You took the Giants just to with me.
Yep.
And that screwed you, my friend.
Yeah. All right, next up. This game we can fly through. Arizona was in San Francisco, taking on the 49ers.
The only thing that mattered was it was J.J. Watt's last game in the NFL.
Oh, J.J. Watt, amazing. Hall
Retired.
of Famer.
Or it would be first ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer, right in there. 38-13. That's all there is to it. I mean, there's not really much to talk about, except Brock Purdy's turning into be a pretty good quarterback.
Honestly,
he's the real deal, man.
Mr. Irrelevant
is,
and I'm not even joking when I say this, I feel like the 49ers are the Eagles' biggest problem.
Oh, yeah.
In these playoffs.
100%.
I think the only advantage now that the Eagles locked up the 1 is it'll be in Philadelphia if they play them in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. So I'm just saying, but 49ers are good.
Yeah.
They have Bosa on defense. They have an insanely good head coach. Offensive weapons coming out of their assholes.
Yeah.
Like Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. And Purdy is playing very well.
Purdy went for 178 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Like, that's pretty
get the job done.
Solid game.
A lot of low yards for receiving, but still it was, or passing, but it was no sacks, no interceptions, 3 TDs. It's pretty good.
Arizona put up, they did a combo quarterback action going on. Trace McSorley and David Blau combined for 194 yards, 1 TD, 3 interceptions, and 3 sacks.
Blau and McSorley sounds like a really bad lawyer's office that helps you fight speeding tickets.
Funny story that actually they have a cover band.
Yeah, Blau and McSorley.
McSorley and Blau.
Yeah.
And they're basically just a Brooks and Dunn cover band.
I didn't know that.
They're pretty good.
They're not bad.
They're not bad.
They're not bad.
I saw them.
Give them a chance.
They're
mostly playing local fairs in Arizona.
Yeah, they haven't got their break yet.
They haven't.
But it's coming.
Their major break yet.
It's coming.
All right.
Anyways,
so that was the 49ers just trounced them. It didn't even matter. We both picked the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So easy.
All right. Ravens, Bengals.
This one meant something to the Bengals. The Ravens locked in.
Yeah, the Ravens kind of just called it in.
Didn't matter
because of what happened with the Bengals Bills game.
Okay.
So if the Bills would have beat the Bengals, then this game would have meant a lot because then if the Ravens beat the Bengals, they would get first place.
Oh, in their division.
In their division.
I understand.
Which obviously is important because they would have been the 3 seed.
But since they canceled that
game, this game meant nothing to the Ravens because the Ravens have already locked in the 6th seed.
Yeah.
So they're already locked in the 6th seed.
They didn't, and Lamar's resting.
Lamar has to come back next week. They played Anthony Brown.
They had to. They didn't even start Tyler Huntley. Yeah.
Yeah, they just called it in, which I don't blame them. The game meant nothing. The Bengals won 27-16. I think, again, Burrow played way too much in this game because he got sacked. Actually, I don't think he took a sack this game. But he had 215 yards in a TD. But he was in too long.
He finished they finished the job, locked up the 3 seed.
Yeah, Anthony Brown started for Baltimore. That's fine. But you need Lamar for playoffs. There's no way around it. So,
and I believe they play each other again now.
Yeah, they play each other in the wild card.
3-6 in the wild card. So the only difference is this will, again, I believe this game was in Cincinnati. So to be in Cincinnati again, and the only difference is Lamar Jackson will be playing. Now that makes it way better for the Ravens, but I don't think you're beating the Bengals.
Bengals are on a hot start.
I don't.
Is this 6 in a row for the Bengals now? Besides
something
the one game
like that. Yeah.
No contest, but I think
something like that.
I think it's 6 in a row.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Yeah.
Now, the last game of Week 18 and the regular season meant a lot to this man. As a Packers fan, this game was win and you're in.
Yeah.
Now, if Seattle had lost to the Rams, then if the Lions, whoever won, was going to make the playoffs. But since Seattle won, the Lions were eliminated. But Dan Campbell came out at the beginning of the game when asked, you're eliminated because of the Seahawks earlier today. Does this game mean anything? He says, yeah, we're going to ruin the Packers' day. We're going to ruin their chances.
And they did.
And they did. Everybody thought the Packers, after a 4-game win streak, was all they had to do was win out to make the playoffs. And it looked like that was going to happen. After impressive wins over Miami when Tua was still playing without the concussion. He got the concussion at the end of that game.
Yeah.
And then a huge win over the Vikings. Packers were on a heater, and you're like, they flexed this game to Sunday Night Football. Let's go. And Packers stunk. I am sorry.
They just didn't play well.
But they did not play well on every side of the ball. It just looked absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
The Lions played great. I will say that a lot of this came down to 2 things. For me as a viewer watching this game was the Crosby doink off the crossbar, which did not go their way. It doinked the crossbar and bounced forward instead of backwards. So that missed tying the game. And then the horrible decision by a Green Bay Packers defensive player. Do you have his name?
Quay Walker.
Ugh. Now, a player was injured on the field.
Yeah.
The training staff for the Lions came out, and one of the trainers tried to get around Walker.
Yeah, he kind of...
He used his arm.
Big deal.
We'll show the incident so you guys get a reference. We'll pop that up here.
Yeah.
He just kind of used his arm to I got to get past you, bud.
Yeah.
And Walker pushed him. This giant man pushed this guy, not in pads. He's a trainer.
Yeah.
Pushed him in the back with 2 hands and step up, bro. And it's really, man?
I hope they cut him. Honestly, this is the second time he did this year.
That gave the Lions a 1st and goal. A penalty. He was ejected.
Yeah.
And it was the second time this year he's been ejected for stupid behavior like this. It cost the Packers the game. If they had held the Lions without that incident, you hold the Lions to a field goal. You give Aaron Rodgers the ball with under 2 minutes, timeouts, all of it to go the length of the field with a touchdown to win the game.
Yeah. No, they
couldn't.
They just gave up the game.
They gave up
the game.
That was horrible.
Rodgers had a horrible fourth.
Yeah.
I mean,
really bad.
I wish honestly they should have put in Jordan Love.
Wow.
You know, the one time we saw Jordan Love play against Miami, he looked pretty good. You know, and Rodgers.
This is coming from a Packers fan.
This is coming from me, man. I hate to say it, and I love Rodgers, but I thought he was playing like garbage. I felt like he came in too confident, and I wish they would have put Jordan Love in the fourth and let him go and see what happens.
The Packers were 4.5-point favorites. It was in Lambeau Field, and they lost based on shitty fourth quarter play, that doink off the crossbar by Mason Crosby, and then that horrible decision by Walker, the defensive player who shoved a Lions trainer when the entire NFL is gathering around medical staff after the DeMar Hamlin incident. And you push a medical trainer in the back.
It was the definition of stupidity.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Again, the whole problem is fourth quarter is still 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Rodgers went 2 for 6. That just can't happen.
It was really bad.
It just can't happen. And I'm a Rodgers fan. It just can't happen. It can't happen. And Detroit is number 4 in total team offense in the league, and they only had 20 points. They weren't having a good game. You were keeping them from scoring. Detroit was not having a good. Jared Goff
got it done.
He had 224 yards, but he did not have any touchdowns. Like all the touchdowns were rushing by Jamal Williams. The game was yours to win. And you couldn't do it. That interception that was thrown in the fourth didn't make any sense. You're 3rd and 10. You could just go for the first down. You don't have to go for the Hail Mary. There's like 7 minutes left or something.
Wait for that.
Come on. What are we doing here? So, but I mean, there were a lot of drops, and the run game was not going. There was 103 yards rushing.
Aaron Jones' fumble.
Aaron Jones fumbled, which was awful.
That was horrible.
And he only had 48 yards for the entire game. They gave up the game. It was too bad. Now, granted, silver lining, they're going to go to San Fran, and I don't think anyone's beating San Fran.
I don't think the Packers were going to beat San Francisco.
But it would have been good to see.
But it would have been cool to win 5 in a row, make the playoffs. That's a feat. That's impressive. And you just gave it all up. It's just a horrible showing by the Packers there. I believe, did we both take the Packers? How did that game?
Yeah, we both did. Yeah, we both took the Packers.
They were on a heater.
Yeah, it should have been the Packers. Yeah.
So now Watson, I will say, had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, the core of the Packers looks great. You know, you got between Jones and Dillon and Dobbs and Christian Watson.
Lazard, who caught the only touchdown for the Packers, said after the game he's probably not going to be a Packer anymore.
He's out.
The whole thing with Aaron Rodgers comes out at his age, and with Jordan Love sitting in the wings still. Is Aaron Rodgers going to leave?
Well, they've already said they're picking up his option, so Jordan Love is coming back next year. It's $20 million.
If I was Jordan Love, I'd be like,
he's coming back.
Come on, man.
But Rodgers is making it, I don't know. Nobody knows. Rodgers doesn't sound like he wants to play anymore, or he wants to play somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe he's going to Vegas.
I think he's going to Vegas. I think after Derek Carr left Vegas, Devontae Adams is still there. He went there to be with Carr, but he has an amazing relationship with Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is hitting up the craps table. He's
great buffets.
Absolutely going to be dominating as an LA Raider. That is my early prediction.
That fountain at the Bellagio, you drive by that every day.
You get to see the Treasure Island show.
And then you got Josh Jacobs.
He's amazing.
That's amazing. It's a good team, but I'm just saying the buffets are amazing.
You can't beat a buffet.
Can't beat those buffets in Vegas, I gotta tell you.
That's interesting to see what happens now that the Packers are eliminated from the playoffs. And with that, the Seattle Seahawks clinch the 7th seed and take on the 49ers on the road in wildcard weekend, which they have no chance of winning.
No.
Just saying.
No. 49ers are on a heater.
Now, all of our picks have been played. I had 2-point lead going into this week. How did we do at the end of week 18?
You got 11, I got 8. So that was awesome.
So I am back up to a 5-point lead going into wildcard weekend. We'll see how that plays out. Make sure that you tune in this week for our prediction show for Wild Card Weekend and the NFL playoffs.
I got too many notes and they all don't mean anything.
So we're excited to do that. Make sure you're following Just a Bit Offside on Instagram for more bonus content. And to end this out, it was also because they canceled the Bengals-Bills game. They officially announced the end of fantasy football season. So now we will officially congratulate Pop Haulers for winning our Fantasy League versus Fans.
Good job.
Dirty Randy's Murder Boners in second place, and third place trophy goes to the Body.
And a $25 GC for Swiss Chalet Harvey's combo.
He's going to take you up on that.
You can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know?
We are getting, there are trophies involved. We've heard that the team has had made, so we'll do a trophy presentation on a future show.
Great. Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
We'll see you again soon.
Peace.